So hello, welcome along to Eclipse Motorcycles. Today we're taking out another Michigan, this one in the industrial grey. Lovely little cruiser bike this one. It is decidedly cold today, 1 degree C, and we're going to obviously cold weather show you how these tyres handle. Obviously an experienced rider, you should know how to push your tyres to the limit. So we're going to roll this one out into traffic and get the final bit of road mileage on this one. And obviously coming in on the front brake, nice and precise. Now the Michigan's lovely seating style on these. You've got those nice foot plates, running boards, what I call them down the front. A lot of people call them different things, tread plates, foot plates. I like to call them running boards. Nice and steadily up to 40 mile an hour. Mirrors on this, very wide. Perfect view of the road behind. Absolutely zero shoulder in either of those mirrors. The mirror stalks very wide and out to the side. Controls on this very simplistic. Start button, kill button, and your light switch to the right. And obviously being Euro 4 doesn't make much of a difference. Coming in on that combined braking, just easing that down, and especially cold day like today where you have got a little bit of black ice kicking around, having a bit of combined braking does help, as we always say. Front brake dry weather, rear brake wet weather, and a mix of the two. You can probably tell by the amount of condensation that's coming out of my mask. It is absolutely freezing today. It's about 1 degree. Very low fog as well, hence why I'm in high vis today. Lights on these are very good, can be seen up into 5th gear, and you've got that gear indicator just in the centre below the instrument cluster. And drop that visor down. I'm actually wearing 4 layers of clothing today. I've got my thermals, my 2 jackets and my winter jacket over the top, and a high vis, and it is cutting through the lot of them. And obviously my bike jacket is 3M, but it's just so cold. Wind chill factor is decidedly unbearable today. But if you are an all-weather biker like myself, oh, you get used to the cold weather. It's part of the fun of being a biker. We enjoy the summers, but God, the winters are freezing, and obviously we test all year round. We don't wait for a dry day or a warm day. We test in all weathers. So whether it's absolutely tipping it down like in a few of my previous videos where I have got soaked, or today where it's absolutely freezing, you put up, shut up and get on with it. And obviously for the purposes of ride testing, little burst of 45 and then bring it back down to 40, varying that rev response on it. And currently 2 miles on the bike, a lot more to go. And that is all the fun in running these Lexmoto bikes. So obviously a lot of people have been asking on the Lexmoto pages, what do I need to do? And I bang on about these services all the time. You're servicing, you're running in mileage. If you're going to take a bike straight up to full speed, it's not going to last you 5 seconds. Make sure you do your running mileage, you do your services on time, and that'll all be found in your Lexmoto handbook when you receive your paperwork from the dealer. And as always with all of our bikes, we try to put at least between 15 and 20 miles on a bike, just to make sure it's been out for at least 45 minutes. And 45 minutes in this, we shall see what happens at the end. Whether I have ice in places where I didn't think ice would accumulate. But thank heavens for some nice decent thermal gloves. And I have found a little trick And it's not to everybody's taste, but a lot of people say, oh, do you wear thermal underwear? I've got a full undersuit that I normally have on if I am bike riding, full thermal undersuit. And we were actually chatting with bikers a couple of days ago. Said, do you use any thermal protection during the winter? He said, can't afford the thermal suit. Now obviously my one's about 160 quid. Mine's very, very good Finchlett material, and obviously I like to spend a bit on my bike gear. But he said, oh, I wouldn't be paying 160 quid for a set of that, mate. Something that works just as well, and it's not my cup of tea to wear it, is a pair of ladies' tights. Believe it or not, if you put a pair of ladies' tights on, it does keep the heat in. Not that I'd ever want to try that. No thank you, not to my taste. But it's something to make you giggle. And no comments on the bottom if you do obviously try that. I don't wish to know. So just pulling up the hill in 5th gear, doing a good job. Coming in on that combined braking again, and we're going to give it some nice handful of front. And even on a day like today, stops absolutely perfectly. And we're off. Now the only other thing you're going to get, cold weather like today, is the fogging of the visor. And how do we avoid fogging with the visor? Very, very simply, inside of mine I have a pin lock. So I've got a pin locked visor. Pin locks are ideal, do the job very, very well. But if you do suffer from fogging of the visor and you've got just a normal crash helmet, you can beat that with a little bit of fairy liquid on the screen, and that does work wonders. And quick shoulder check and pull to the off side of the vehicle. Indicators very, very easy to see on these as well. Obviously on a cold day like today, these tyres are still doing a very, very good job. No slip or slide from the back end, nothing at all. So it's all down to personal choice. If you do like a bit of decent rubber, then obviously switch it up. But these nylon tyres still do a good enough job. Now obviously I took the big bike out yesterday, and I'm running Michelin Pilot 5s on mine, latest spec. Got the bottom of the road, went to touch the back brake, and back end was all over the place. Ice and grit and dirt all over our local roads, and that is on good rubber. So hence turn the bike round, take it home, not riding in these conditions. But something like this would have done the job amply. Obviously mine are semi-track tyres, but these little Michigans do the job adequately well, as do all the Lexmotos. Now we have got them in stock now, so we've got the LXRs in, we've got the Michigans in. I've got Iskas and Assaults coming mid-December. And of course all that electric range. Now Euro 5 is looming, but as to what is happening with Euro 5, nobody knows yet. So we are still waiting on that to be resolved. But chugging along at a nice steady 42, and we never have any problems with these Michigans. Nice high bars. And I know they do an aftermarket screen kit now for these, so you put yourself a nice high screen, get rid of that wind buffeting from the front. And they do have the option with these of saddlebags as well, so you can go full on cruiser style. But the seating position, absolutely lovely. Can't fault it. And as you know, I'm not a cruiser lover, but this is a very, very comfortable ride. So we're going to crank up a little bit more mileage on this. and then we'll cut back in once we catch up on the urban route. So see you guys in just a few. Coming down off the dual carriageway mileage now, back onto the urban route for the final part, and just heading back to the garage. As always, Lexmoto in Michigan, absolutely zero issues with this one, still handles very, very good in this conditions. As always, if you enjoyed the video, leave your comments down the bottom, let us know what you think. I'd love to hear comments from other riders, what you think of the style of these Michigans. As always, links to the garage down the bottom. Eclipse Motorcycles, mk.co.uk, or just Google Eclipse Motorcycles. Telephone numbers there as well, 01908 643 603. All the social media or anything you need you can find off my website, which is revbomb.co.uk. First page got Eclipse Motorcycles down the bottom, link to their Facebook page as well. All my stuff's on the last page, and of course the merch shop as well if you fancy any RB merch gear. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up, let us know what you think, and of course hit that like and subscribe button. Be nice to get a few more followers, see if we can hit the 1,000 by the end of the year. And then notifications bell, hit that notifications bell, tell you when the next video is due to come out. Link to all my Motovlogger friends are all in the comments at the bottom. Check out all the Motovloggers that I follow, Motourev, Zedhead, and of course all the big guys like MissendenFlyer, Teapotone, Landshop Rides, Richy, Vida, all the other ones as well, they're all in there, including Spicy 110. Until the next time guys, on a very cold Monday afternoon at 1 degree. Be well. If you're riding, ride safe. It is horrible and treacherous out there, absolutely horrible. But from me, as always, it's a big goodbye from me. Take care guys.